Hey, did we go see Spider-Man Far From Home today?
I think we did.
And should we tell everyone what we thought about it?
Duh.
Our review of Spider-Man Far From Home coming up next. What's up, comic book fans? My name is Bruce Monroe.
And I'm Stephanie, and welcome back to the channel.
Welcome back to the channel. That is right. Welcome to our first ever duo movie review of Spider-Man Far From Home. That's right, people. We're bringing it to you, our thoughts on that movie.
Yeah.
Is that what we're going to do?
Pretty much.
All right, so I think before we get into the actual movie review, we should kind of like run down through all of the movies from the MCU to kind of give you guys a basis, right? Kind of like let them know like what.
So you know what we like, if you agree with what we like, if you're like, these people are terrible at judging movies.
Terrible. They're going to think we're terrible?
Probably not. They're going to love us.
No, they're definitely going to love us. All right, so we're going to just do a quick snapshot each movie. Tell if you like it, we didn't. If we saw it, we didn't. Right?
Yep.
Okay, let's do it. All right, so Iron Man.
I saw it. It was okay. Wasn't my favorite Marvel movie, but it was okay.
Definitely top 5 for me. Love that movie. All right, Incredible Hulk.
With Edward Norton? Amazing. Who doesn't love Edward Norton? Come on.
So-so. Definitely towards the bottom. Iron Man 2.
I don't think I've ever seen Iron Man 2. After I didn't love Iron Man 1, I don't remember watching any of the other Iron Mans, so.
Yeah. Iron Man 2, definitely towards the bottom of the whole MCU for me. Thor?
Thor's amazing, and I loved it.
Thor number 1, I would say it's middle of the road for me. It was a good movie. I mean, Chris Hemsworth, he's amazing as Thor. All right, Captain America, First Avenger.
Also amazing. Love Captain America.
Yeah, that's definitely, again, it's like kind of like in the middle of the pack, but it's not bad, it's not great. Chris Evans, he's definitely will be my Captain America forever. He's pretty amazing.
He is. It's America's butt.
Oh, America's butt, oh my god. The Avengers.
Avengers, also liked. That was good. I'm pretty sure I saw the first one. I'm not sure. Definitely saw the second one. But.
Again, that's the middle of the road for me. It was there was some really good scenes with Hulk and Thor in that, but besides that, the movie was so-so. Iron Man 3.
Definitely did not see that.
Yeah,
not a fan of Iron Man.
I think that's actually probably very close to the bottom of my list for me. Thor: The Dark World.
I saw all the Thors. I like Thor. I'm a big fan of Thor.
Big fan of Thor. This is Iron Man, Thor: Dark World. I get that's definitely in the bottom third. Didn't really like that one. Captain America's Winter Soldier.
Also that. I like that. I like Bucky. I like that whole dynamic, that story.
That to me, I think that's either 1 or 2 for me. It's definitely, I think, one of my most favorite Marvel MCU movies. All right, Guardians of the Galaxy, number 1.
I also love that. Chris Pratt, hysterical. I like anything Chris Pratt's in.
Yeah, that for me was definitely top 5 for me. I mean, Chris Pratt, Dave Bautista, who's the actress who plays Gamora? Doesn't matter. Gamora is amazing. Nebula's amazing. That whole movie, Groot, everyone. It's such a good movie. Rocket.
Funny. The whole thing's funny.
Yeah, so good. Music in that movie is so good.
Right?
So good. Avengers: Age of Ultron.
I've seen that. I've definitely seen the second and... Is there a third Avengers? I've seen
yes.
other Avengers.
4 Avengers.
Just not the first. Oh, that's right. We just saw the last two. I've seen the second one. It was okay.
Age of Ultron, bottom third of the MCU for me. Ant-Man.
I love Ant-Man. Paul Rudd, hysterical. Anything he's in. He's up there with Chris Pratt.
Yeah, I gotta say, I agree. This is definitely top half for me. I love, like I said, Paul Rudd. The whole movie, the comedy in that movie is really good. And it was just really good movie for me. Captain America: Civil War.
I think I saw that one.
No, Iron Man and Captain America fighting. They're doing great stuff.
I didn't see that one. Sorry.
It's middle of the package again. Has Cap in it. It has Tony. The whole. I prefer Civil War in the comic books, like the original. This one was okay. All right, moving on. Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange I liked. I didn't think I was gonna like it. I waited till it came out on DVD. I liked it though.
Yeah, I liked it a lot too. I mean, who's the actor?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch, yeah. No, I love him. He was really good in the movie. There were some things I didn't like about the movie. That's why it's like kind of like in the middle of the pack, but it's still a really good movie. Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Also amazing. I love that. I like all the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. I didn't like the whole the story with the dad very much. Like, it got too out there for me, even though Guardians of the Galaxy is way out there. But it was good. It was still good. And I still like the whole team and everything. Spider-Man Homecoming.
I like that movie a lot. I love Tom Holland's Spider-Man. That's my favorite Spider-Man.
That's your favorite Spider-Man?
Definitely my favorite Spider-Man.
Not Far From Home?
No, no. That one.
Definitely like this movie a lot. It was a good introduction to the character. Like they didn't do the whole like retelling of the origin story, so that was really good. All right, Thor Ragnarok.
Again, I love Thor.
She loves Thor. She loves Thor. Was that America's butt? No, that was Cap.
Cap's America's butt.
No, Cap's America's butt. I liked. This is definitely top 5 for me. Thor Ragnarok's amazing. Black Panther.
That was also amazing. So good. Like, I didn't expect it to be that good. Everyone's like, it's so amazing. And I was like, I'll watch it. So amazing.
For me, this is where my opinions to movies in general, or superhero movies in general, I thought this is second to the bottom for me. I did not like Black Panther. I thought the movie was pretty bad. I know I'm like a minority on that, but for me, that was a pretty bad movie. Avengers Infinity War.
I like that. I liked it better than Endgame.
Oh, so much better than Endgame. Avengers Infinity War definitely top 5 or 6 for me. I really, really enjoy that movie. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Again, Paul Rudd. You can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
He's funny, hysterical, everything he does.
Agreed. Love it.
Gold.
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. I'm indifferent. I did not like it. I didn't love it. Indifferent.
Yeah, again, middle of the road for me. I think it was okay. It wasn't great. There were some really good things that were done in that movie. There were some not so great things. Endgame.
We saw that.
We did.
Sorry, Dave. It was slow. It dragged. It took forever. I didn't love it.
Dave's my brother-in-law, and yeah, he loved that movie. My sister loved that movie. Yeah, it wasn't for us.
No.
All right, so now we are at Spider-Man Far From Home. The last movie so far in the MCU. Obviously, there's more coming out later. But let's talk about what we liked. Well, actually, before we get into that, this is going to be a spoiler review, everyone. We are not holding back. We're going to talk spoilers. The movie's been out for 2 weeks now. If you haven't seen it yet,
get with it.
Get with it.
It's 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Come on, people. So yeah, this is your warning. If you don't want to watch a spoiler review, this is time to tune out or turn off. All right. So, Stephanie, what did you like most about Spider-Man Far From Home?
Like I said, Tom Holland is my favorite Spider-Man.
Tom Holland. All right. All right.
I like the way they portray him, the little witty comments they make, the things that they throw in, the Peter Tingle.
Peter Tingle?
That. Yes.
I like Peter Tingle. I think my favorite part of the whole movie was probably Happy. Whenever he was in the movie, I was always smiling. It also brought there was like a certain amount of father figure for Peter for him. He was always mentoring him. It's just, I don't know. I just loved Happy. Jon Favreau does a really good job of playing that role. And that to me, I know that's probably weird to say about the movie, but I really, really enjoyed all of Happy. So yeah. That's what I liked most. That's what Stephanie liked most. What did you dislike most about the movie?
Sorry, internet, because you're probably gonna hate me, but Jake Gyllenhaal was my least favorite part of that movie. Everything. I didn't buy him as a good guy. I didn't buy him as a bad guy. I didn't buy his whole part of that movie.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
The whole
Everything
thing.
about him. I don't know, he was like too over the top nice, and then all of a sudden he's supposed to be like, I didn't buy that he was a super genius. He doesn't pull that off well. No. And then he's evil, but like, not really. So, no.
Maybe he was pretty evil. He was killing people.
He was evil. His character was evil. His acting
not so
was evil in like a, I don't want to have to see this anymore kind of way.
Yeah, so I kind of agree with that. What I disliked about the movie was more like the pacing for me. It seemed to like, I don't know, it was just uneven. Like it started off kind of slow, it got a little fast with the whole elemental scene, and then it kind of slowed back down again. Then all the ramp back up, and then it just didn't seem like it was paced very well for me. And there was also some like dull moments in there, which also affected the pacing. There was some really exciting stuff with the elementals, and then we got it kind of like into this lull of like, oh, give up the glasses, go for the girl, and then he goes for the girl. And that seemed to drag and take forever. But yeah, that's what I disliked about the movie pacing. Did you feel like the pacing was?
Yeah, that's what I felt like. They didn't have a lot of story.
Yeah.
So they kind of dragged out this little piece of story that they had.
For like 2 hours.
Like 2 hours.
All right, so up next, now we talked about what we mostly liked, we disliked about the movie. Now we're gonna go through the points that I did in my last couple of reviews, which is story, acting. This is Marvel, and it's a superhero movie, so we're gonna talk about the action, special effects, and then we'll kind of wrap it up with our final thoughts. So we just, started talking about the story. So let's talk about the story. Overall, what did you think about the story?
Like I said, Tom Holland, my favorite Spider-Man. So I like his story. I like his whole background. I like that he's a kid, that he's in love with Mary Jane. I like it better than the first Spider-Man.
Okay.
Like, more believable, more... You want for them to win.
Yeah.
So I like all his parts.
Okay.
I didn't hate Mysterio, but he wasn't, I don't know, evil enough for Spider-Man to even be worth fighting him. He just was kind of smart and...
Yeah, I didn't get that whole, I thought it was interesting. That was a cool twist on Mysterio. I've been reading Spider-Man for so long, but there's never been kind of like a rehash of his origin story in the comics. Like I said, I've been reading for like 16 years, and they never really hashed that. But I know he was an actor first before he became a villain. So I don't know, and I forgot how he got into science and everything. But this just seems like he was just a villain or a scientist, then he all of a sudden could act the part, which didn't really make sense to me.
And correct me if I'm wrong, because I thought that you had told me when we talked about like the comic book version of Mysterio that he like trained his whole life to be like the villain against Spider-Man. Like he was like...
I think so.
Right. So in the movie that didn't portray. Like it wasn't like he was like, I'm going to be like, he's just like woke up one day and he's like, I hate Tony Stark, so I'm going to go out and make it a little inconvenient for everyone. Like
I mean, I kind of liked the twist. I thought that was a cool thing. It just, again, Jake Gyllenhaal, I don't think pulled it off very well.
No.
One thing about the story that I really liked was the relationship part of it. Like they hinted at, his mom, or not mom. His aunt. Aunt May. And Happy. And then there was him.
Mary Jane.
And then...
Even his friend had a girlfriend.
Yeah, Gonke. And...
I don't know.
What was her name? The blonde? I can't remember her name. But that was cute. And it was just like, I loved that element, that piece through the whole entire movie. And like each character's relationship with whatever person they were with kind of like changed throughout the movie. And that was just like a cool little thread that went out throughout the whole movie that I personally enjoyed like a lot. I thought that was really, really smart and really, really fun.
Yeah, I could have watched that whole movie. And then you had Mysterio.
Yeah, Mysterio was, it was interesting.
It was disappointing. I thought he was going to be like...
A really big bad?
Yeah, like a really big bad guy. Like, worthy of a Marvel fight.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like...
He was kind of lame.
Yeah, he was lame. It's a good way to put it.
Alright, so what do we think about the acting?
The acting, minus Jake Gyllenhaal. Was good. Like I said, Tom Holland. I think he's great. He's very good. He's very good at playing that part. That, like, quirky, funny, nerdy, but, like, awkward, but great all at the same time part.
Yeah, I really liked... all of his classmates. I thought they were great. I also liked how they... going back to the story. I like how they treated the snap. Like, there was that one kid that was like...
the flash mob kid who kept... That kid?
No, not that kid.
I like that kid.
Yeah, that was like, he was great. He was great. That's what, like, all the kids, the flash mob kid, the guy was always recording himself.
Yes.
The teachers were also really, really great.
Oh, yeah.
And then, no, I was talking about the kid where he was like the dorky little Asian kid, but then like he snapped and came back and he was like, going after Mary Jane, who was like taller and handsome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like how they dealt with that, because they were still in the same grade, but like they were older now. So
yeah, that was cool. I didn't even think of that when they did Endgame.
Right.
I didn't think that like everyone would come back and then that much time had passed.
Right,
I didn't put that together until they did Spider-Man, and I was like, oh yeah.
How was that
all this time has passed, and now... Everyone's 5 years older, but all these people came back, so...
Yeah.
I like that they added that in, that they mixed the Endgame ending in with...
The movie,
yeah.
I like how they really did that. The teachers are great. I thought the kids were really great, and those are young actors. I mean, they've been... Some of them you have noticed in other things, so I thought all of them did like a really good job about selling the roles and everything. Yeah, so overall, I thought the acting was great. Like, Tom Holland, amazing. Actually, I didn't really like Samuel L. Jackson's character, Nick Fury.
Yeah. Well, I don't like Nick Fury as a character in general.
Again, spoiler, he was one of the Skrulls from, if you saw Captain Marvel, he was one of the Skrulls from that. I can't remember his name. So it was a Skrull playing Nick Fury. Maybe that's why he wasn't as good, because he just seemed like a jerk the whole entire movie.
Yeah.
And like, he's usually like stern and like to the point, but he's not like a jerk, and he just seemed kind of like a jerk the whole entire movie, which just didn't sell it through very well.
Yeah. No, I think they tried to make it too much Samuel L. Jackson and not
enough
Nick
Fury.
Like it was like we're gonna really like hone in on this and really push that it's Samuel L. Jackson, not like let you know who Nick Fury is as a character.
Yeah, I definitely agree. All right, so what do we think of the action of the movie?
The action was cool. That I like. I really love the end when he has to fight all of those.
Oh, the drones.
The drones.
Yeah.
And he uses his spider sense to do it.
Oh, finally,
That's badass.
Peter Tingle.
Oh, yeah, his Peter Tingle.
Yeah, I think Spider-Man visually is one of the best superheroes there are. Like, I think the web slinging and the way he flies through the sky and everything, it's just visually, it's so amazing. I don't know what it is, and I
think they do a good job of like making like how his body swings and arches back and then pushes forward. They do a really good job with that.
It's so cool, and it's like I don't know, it's just like everyone else is always just punching and whatever, and he's like slinging, but he's slinging webs and like. Oh, and when he's saving the buildings and everything, he does so much more than a lot of the other superheroes because he has the webs and but he's also super strong. He has the spider sense. I don't know, Peter Tingle. It was just I don't know. I love him visually, and again, even in like Into the Spider-Verse, like it's a cartoon, but the action scenes were so good. And the first Spider-Man and this Spider-Man. Hands down, some of the best action in the Marvel MCU, in my opinion.
Well, it's just because it's so fast moving. Like even the fighting when it's against someone, it's two people. They were going at the speed of two people. Like Spider-Man is like flying in between drones and whipping back and forth, and like
it's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah, and just like his fight against the elementals were so great when he's like taking the webs and like onto the rocks and like throwing them into him, and then like running at the buildings doing flips while the elementals like smashing things.
And I love that they made this Spider-Man really smart.
Yes. Oh my god.
He's smart enough to figure out how the drones work, how to work against them. It's not just that he's strong or that he has the webs. He's smart. He's smart and he uses that to his advantage.
Yeah, there's that whole scene with Jake Gyllenhaal or Mysterio when they first meet and he's in the bunker and he's talking about like blah blah blah. He's like going off about some scientist thing and then like Nick Fury.
It's about how there's an alternate universe. And you couldn't believe that. That means that the singularity that they've understood this whole time doesn't exist. And he's like went on a tangent about how multiple universes would work.
And then Nick Fury cuts him off. He's like, well, we got some more to talk about. And then Mysterio comes over and is like, never apologize for being the smartest person in the room. And that was just like. Because Spider-Man is like he's not like Mr. Fantastic or Beast or like one of the huge big brains, but he's a big brain in the MCU. Like especially in the MCU, they don't really have any super scientists. A lot of muscle, but not a lot of big brains, which is weird because in the Marvel comic book universe, there's big brains everywhere. Like every team has a big brain, it seems. And they don't really have that in MCU unless I'm missing something. If I am, remind me down in the comments below how silly I am for not knowing that. But I thought the action was amazing.
That pulled the movie through. Through everything.
It definitely did.
Yeah.
So what do you think about special effects?
Again, special effects were awesome. The most of it was special effects.
Most of it, yeah.
It's all Jake Gyllenhaal or Mysterio's, illusion effects of making everyone believe that something's there that isn't there. So they did a great job with that.
Yeah, there wasn't anything that I saw that was like you knew that it was people on green screen running away from something that wasn't there. Right. Everything was like seamless, and even the buildings when they were crumbling and everything seemed real enough. It was never taken out of the moment, because that's what some special effects, if they're done bad, they take you out of the moment of the scene, and it makes you not like especially out of important scenes when you're like oh man, that's on green, that's terrible compositing. Like why that looks terrible, and you never want that especially in like one of these big movies, and that never did it for me.
No. Well, even there's a scene in the movie where Jake Gyllenhaal is rehearsing his illusions, and you know that it's an illusion, but it still looks amazing.
Great. Yeah, that looks so good. So the special effects were on point, and again, for a big budget movie like this, it has to be on point, and they definitely crushed it.
They did.
All right, so let's wrap this up. So let's take forever. Let's not bore everyone with all of our crazy opinions.
People love to hear our opinions.
They do. And there's going to be a lot more of this coming in. We're moving in together soon, so get ready for a lot more of Stephanie on my channel.
I have a lot of opinions.
It's going to be our channel? Maybe? You going to start reading comic books?
I already did.
Well, you did like one.
Like 3.
All right.
I'm on my 4th.
All right. So final thoughts. What's your opinion on Spider-Man Far From Home?
So I know it seems like I really hated on Spider-Man Far From Home. Just because I was so disappointed in the Mysterio character. Because I've heard so much about him. I really expected something amazing. And I really love the Tom Holland Spider-Man. So I came in with very high expectations. And it wasn't terrible. I wouldn't be like, never see it. But maybe wait till it comes out on DVD.
Really? Wait for DVD.
Wait for DVD.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't know if I didn't dislike it enough. I definitely see it in theater because I saw it in 3D. I see all these movies in 3D.
That's true. It is the special effects are worth seeing.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
Yeah.
I think it's worth seeing in the movie theater. It's not great. This is probably like a middle of the road MCU for me. Wasn't bad. I didn't like. There wasn't anything that was like, oh, that part was stupid and terrible.
Yeah, but I didn't leave being like, oh my god!
Right.
Like
no.
I did with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That I was like, this is the best movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that to me, that's it should be on that MCU list. I know it's a cartoon, but it should be in the Marvel list because that movie is hands down the best Marvel movie.
Oh yeah, ever.
Period.
Best movie ever.
It's so good.
So good.
So good. But yeah, this is the middle of the road for me. I mean, it had so many good parts. Like I said, I think the relationship thing was like done so well. It was just like seamlessly in there. There was the Peter Parker MJ stuff got a little annoying in there.
They're teenagers.
But the teenagers
Teenagers are annoying.
Yeah, they are annoying. But it wasn't so annoying that I was like ever like, oh, get on with it.
Yeah.
But Happy was great. The action was so good. Yeah, middle of the pack. Go see it in the theater. I think. Spend your what is it? $16 now.
Depends what part of the United States you're in.
Yeah, I think we paid $18 to see it in 3D.
Yeah.
But I definitely think go see it in the theater. It was worth my money. Probably not going to see it again until it comes out on DVD. When my son, who's 3.5, is like, "Daddy, I want to see it," then we watch it over and over.
Just the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, just the first 20 minutes. From the beginning. From the beginning.
From the beginning.
All right, so I think that's going to be it. Yeah.
I think so.
So what should we remind everyone?
To subscribe.
Subscribe, okay.
Smash the like button.
Smash that like button! And leave a comment down below if you liked Stephanie's thoughts on these movies.
Or
and
if you hated them.
do you guys want to see her on the channel more? Because I sure do. I think you should.
I think so too.
I think so too.
It's like a smart decision.
Super smart decision.
I agree.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys
Next time?
on the next one.
On the next one!
On the next one. Peace.
Peace.